The Road Traffic Act 2018. Section 72, wearing of seat belts. Subsection 1. Subject to subsection 2, a person shall wear a seat belt if the person A. drives a motor vehicle specified in paragraph B, C, or D of section 6.1 on any road. So that would be the motor vehicles other than the motorcycle. B. rides in a motor vehicle specified in paragraph C or D of section 6.1 on any road. Rides in the front seat of a motor truck as specified in paragraph B, section 6.1 on any road. Alright, let's look at section 6.1 again. We're at page 50, so we'll come back to this. Alright, so we're at section 6, subsection 1. Motor vehicles may be classified for the purposes of this act. Alright, talking about tractors. Well, it didn't say A, it's B, C, and D. Motor trucks, motor cars, what is said in the private motor vehicles, the motor trucks are motor cars. Alright, so the section we're looking at about seatbelt does not apply, it seems, to tractors or motorcycles. Well, you wouldn't expect them to want you to put on a seatbelt on a motorcycle. But anyway, alright, so here now. So wearing of seatbelts, we talk about B, C, and D, section B, C, and D. Those are motor cars and trucks. You should wear a seatbelt when you're in those vehicles. Subsection 1 does not apply, or shall not apply to A child who wears or is conveyed in a child restraint system. B. the driver of a motor vehicle while performing a maneuver which includes reversing. Okay, so if you're reversing, police cannot charge you for not wearing a seatbelt. C. a person who holds a valid certificate of exemption prescribed by the minister and signed by a registered medical practitioner as defined under section 2 of the Medical Act. Okay, so you can have an exemption if a doctor says so. I guess that would mean some special type of medical condition that you have. D. a person riding in a motor vehicle while it is being used for fire brigade purposes in response to a fire alarm. Or E. a person driving or riding on a motor vehicle constructed or adapted for the delivery of goods or mail, as the case may be, while engaging in the delivery to or collection of such goods or mail from locations not further than 60 meters from each other. At 60 meters would be what? 60, about 200 feet, within 200 feet. Okay, so if you're delivering goods or mail from one building to another within 200 feet from each other, the police cannot charge you with not wearing a seatbelt when you drive from one to another. Alright. 4. a person who contravenes subsection 1 or 3 commits an offense. Okay. Section 73, child in motor vehicles to wear child restraint system. Subsection 1, the driver of a motor vehicle that conveys a child shall cause the child to wear or be conveyed in the prescribed child restraint system. 2. A driver who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offense. But hold on, it doesn't specify the age of that child restraint system. I think there's some other section that deals with that, because someone who is 17 years old is a child under the law, right? But section 74, protective helmets. Subsection 1. A person shall at all times, while driving or riding on a motorcycle or bicycle, wear a protective helmet in the prescribed manner of the prescribed shape, quality, or construction or standard. 2. The driver of a motorcycle shall cause every person who is riding as a pillion to wear a protective helmet in the prescribed manner, and at times while riding on a motorcycle. 3. A person who contravenes subsection 1 or 2 commits an offense. So motorcycle or bicycle. Got to get back to that part there. I had paused the video and searched for the definition of bicycle as opposed to motorcycle. I don't remember earlier in the act is giving such a definition, but we generally think of a bicycle as not having a motor, not having an engine, and it says you're required to wear a seat belt on a bicycle. Alright, as for the part about the child, where every child must wear a child restraint system, even though the law generally, for example, the Child Care and Protection Act considers someone under the age of 18 to be a child. Here, in this act, the Road Traffic Act 2018, it defines child in relation to a child restraint system includes any person who is under 12 years old, right? And any person whose height or build is such that the person experiences or is likely to experience problems or difficulty with the prescribed upper anchorage point of a seatbelt. So somebody like that, even though they may be 18 or older, would be considered a child, right, under this act, because this part would apply to them. Any person whose height or build is such, if the person has dwarfism and is of the height of a child, they should be placed in a child restraint system. Just a reminder now, child restraint system means a restraint system or another device or combination of devices for use in a vehicle that is, I have here, designed to diminish the risk of a child in the effect of an abrupt deceleration or acceleration or collision, designed either to be fixed directly to a suitable anchorage or be used in conjunction with a seatbelt and fitted to the motor vehicle in accordance with the specification of the vehicle manufacturer or standards, the Bureau of Standards. Alright, so that is it for now. We will continue. We will continue at section 75 in our next video.